to thank all the entertainers and Bishop Chris, Pastor Washington. I just want to thank everybody because God has to come first, no matter what else we do. You know, I came a bit casual today because, you know, we all the same people, all right? Yeah, I ran for governor, and I ran for governor for a lot of reasons, and I'm not here as a politician here this evening. I'm here as a messenger, really, to the people. Is that okay? So, number one, I ran because we have a 92% unemployment rate amongst African-American youth between the ages of 16 and 19 in the state of Illinois right now. And we continue, that should be criminal. And we continue to support these candidates. I'm talking on a higher level. I'm not just talking about the local aldermen. I'm talking about people in higher level office. We have to hold them accountable. The people, the polls counted me out, but God counted me in. That's just the way it goes. I didn't have a whole lot of money, but I had a whole lot of faith. We ended up securing 30% of the statewide vote. We had 130,000 people that voted for me, and I won 30 counties downstate. The only reason I didn't win the counties down in Cook County because a lot of the Democratic machine people stood against me because they're okay with our people suffering. They're okay with the killing. See, if you're not okay with it, then you're going to do something to try to stop it. Now I'm here to nitty gritty with you, all right? Because I'm not a preacher, but I'm a straightforward individual. I need you to hear me clearly when I say this, because this is the God honest truth. You are not going to stop no killing, nowhere, no time, unless you know the killer. You have to have a good relationship with the killer. You have to know why he wants to kill and when he's planning on striking. I don't care what program you have. And programs are good, Pastor, don't get me wrong, Bishop. It's good to have programs to save the youth. But I'm talking about the nitty-gritty when you want to stop a killing. When you want to stop a killing, you have to have a relationship with that potential killer. And he has to listen to a point where you can comfort him and say, come with me. Hopefully you can take him to God. Hopefully you can. But it takes time, okay? And I say that from experience. I grew up in Henry on the projects on the west side of Chicago. You ever been so broke you didn't want no money? I don't think nobody got with that, but I've been there, all right? And the bottom line, you know, the media tried to assassinate my character when I ran for governor. They started bringing up this and that, but I didn't let it bother me because I grew up in the projects. I have tough skin, so you can't knock me, because God is with me if nobody else is with me. So I wasn't worried about nothing they had to say about me, because the truth of the matter, they have battered the entire state. The entire state has been battered if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty. We're the last list for job creation nationwide. We're number 3 in unemployment, but the numbers are higher in the black community. When you talk about violence in the black community, hear me clearly. There's no other community that has so much chaos taking place and so many drugs being pumped in our community on a daily basis. Nobody wants to talk about that. We have drugs being pumped in our community every day. We didn't go get those drugs. Somebody's bringing them drugs in our community. They bring illegal guns in our community. A young guy grew up in a dysfunctional family. If you have to look beyond your dinner table for a role model, you have a problem. If your friends are more important than your mother and your father and your brothers and sisters, you have a problem. So when I ran, I was running for the people. See, I wasn't concerned about all that other stuff because you need somebody that has an independent voice sometimes. You got to have somebody that can shake things up. You have to have that type of individual. I've never been the guy that's going to agree with you just to agree with you. I've never been that way. I didn't get into all kinds of debates with people. I didn't have some physical confrontations because I just didn't agree if it wasn't right. You know, it's an old saying in the community, I'm with you even if you're wrong. We got to change that mindset. How you going to be with somebody that went in the house and shot 3 kids, but you, my man, you wrong, but I'm with you anyway. And I'm going to kill anybody that goes try to testify against you. That's the mindset we got in some of these brothers out here. We talked about it. We got to come home. We got to come back home. That's the bottom line. So, you know, now I plan to run for U.S. Senate. I'm not here for politics tonight. I'm going to run for U.S. Senate in 2016. I didn't want to run back to back because you got to rebuild yourself and renew your energy and get your message all the way together. I didn't plan to be like no other candidates running. I'm different. I wore turquoise blue shirts. I wore some purple shirts, all that kind of stuff, because I wasn't trying to be like nobody else. We got to get a message, whether it be me or whoever else is, maybe we got to get people that represent us. Higher level officers so we can change the unemployment rate. Idle mind is the devil's workshop. 92% unemployment rate. Right now in Chicago on Tuesday morning in Chicago, I'm going down to 30% 25th Michigan, that's police headquarters, and I'm calling a resignation of Superintendent McCarthy. When McCarthy came to Chicago, he came to Chicago with his East Coast strategy, saying that they were going to work. And he doesn't know the back alleys of Chicago or the streets of Chicago. So when he came to Chicago, everything is failing now. We've had a 60% increase in Chicago right now of females being killed in Chicago this year already. A 16% increase. If you don't believe me, go on the internet, look at the Chicago Tribune homicide watch data, and you will see a 16% increase with women being killed. You got a 20% increase of young people under age 18 being killed. Now, I'm not blaming all that on the superintendent, hear me clearly. It's not just the job of the superintendent, but don't talk like you got all the answers and you can't back it up. Now, when it comes to the black community, we have to reclaim our children. We have to reclaim our children. That's what a big problem is at, because we too busy doing our thing at the lounge. We too busy working every day trying to take care of our business, and we've lost our kids out there, to a degree. Not all of them, all of the kids. But see, what happens, the majority of our people get a bad rap because the minority of our people are creating all the problems. Right now in the penitentiary, Illinois Department of Corrections, 67% of the prison population African American youth. And that's rough. That is rough. I tell young guys all the time, if you want to sit in the cell 23 hours a day because you want to prove something to your friends, that's nowhere to be, because once you get there, it's a whole different outlook. You can look this way for 11 hours. You can look this way for 12 hours. And that's all you got. Because if your people ain't going to send you no money for a TV, radio, you just sit there looking crazy. In a solitary confinement with somebody else from across the state that you just met. So it's not worth it for our young people. That's what I'm saying. So I'm running once again to be a champion for the people. And I'm going to stand up every step of the way. But this Kingdom Takeover with the Gatekeeper Band, let's get the Gatekeeper Band another hand. The ceasefire, son. We need to ceasefire. We got to ceasefire. Because see, when you kill one of your brothers, you're really killing yourself. And what happens, we've been trained so many ways, and God is overall answer. I have to just make that clear, because I talk and I go different places, but I know from self-experience that God is the only way. When you get finished talking, when everything else fails you, God is the only way. Even before everything else fails you, God is the only way. So we all been through some changes, trust me. And my theme song for my whole campaign was Lattimore, legendary blues singer, let's straighten it out. Because Lattimore said everybody got something they got to straighten out once in their life. Everybody, no matter who you are, where you come from, we got to straighten it out. So that's what I ran on that premise, and I'm continuing to straighten it out every step of the way. So I'm going to run, we're going to hype up the whole state of Illinois, and we got to get some everyday working class people in some of them higher level offices. I love all people, white, Hispanic, African American, but we need some color to represent us on a higher level. They giving Barack Obama the flux. They so mad at Barack Obama, they trying to impeach him. They trying to sue him. The man's head has turned grayer than ever since he's been president. I would never want to run for president because I'm not ready to deal with all that pressure. I'm not ready for that. But the thing is, our president is they giving him the flux. And it's not because he's making bad decisions, it's because he's a black man. That's the bottom line. If you notice, Barack Obama's been walking cooler lately. You see him walking down, he got that walk. Because he had a point in his life now, he's not going to let them make him lose his mind. That's his mindset. When they had the immigration stuff going on, he was shooting pool in Texas. He didn't even go to the border. You hear me? Because he's not going to allow these people to make him lose his mind. And the system is designed to make you lose your mind. If they can't beat you one way, they try to beat you another way. So they couldn't shut me up because I'm one of them guys who tell the truth. I don't play that. When you stand with God, you know God got your back. You're not worried about nothing else. So the Kingdom Takeover event that we have today, we plan to spread this all across the nation like wildfire. And I'm more than sure we're going to inspire people everywhere, every day of the week, 24 hours a day. And I want to thank my prayer warrior, Brother Mark Ports from Peoria. And before I close, I want to say, this is what I put on Facebook. That's what Mark wanted me to read. Chicago will not get any better until we all come together and stop the infighting among one another. Because we got a lot of infighting with the preachers, the politicians, the community organizations, all over the place. You know, everybody want to be the big shot. We have too many chiefs and too many chiefs and no Indians. That's what we got. Put this back on for the bottom of the other. Finish it up. That's what we got going on. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. We have too many chiefs and no Indians. This goes for the politicians, preachers, street brothers, and community organizations. Together we stand and divided we fall. You know, everybody wants to be the man or the woman. We got to get past that. When we make it to the mountaintop, we need to bring our people with us and don't worry about nobody getting all the credit for it. Because that's our biggest problem. Who's going to get the credit? As soon as somebody gets shot and killed in Chicago, everybody want to jump in the camera. Why did you jump in the neighborhood before it happened? Then you can take some credit for trying to stop something. Don't anybody can come after it happened. We can go pray, cry, run down the street, do flips on the street, but stop it before it happens. That's what I'm talking about. So, you know, I started Ceasefire myself a few years ago, and then what happened, it was all about trying to stop it on the front end. We would get calls from mothers, preachers, counselors, school teachers. They heard something was about to go on. We intercepted whispers. We got the guys to the table. We got them to stop. So you're not going to get nobody like me, and I'm not saying this to glorify nobody but God, that's on the ground level and on the higher level, taking care of the business, you know, because I'm the guy that'll go out there in the belly of the beast and grab my brothers if I have to. Okay, that's why I told the story the way I told it, but you can't help it but get touched by it because you saved a life. You know, we've saved many lives just like that. So when people call us, we're not going to always save every life all the time, but I guarantee you, if you let us know in advance, you give us all the particulars, let us know, don't try to mix it up no kind of way, we can take care of the business. And that's what Ceasefire was founded upon. It wasn't about crunching numbers, looking good in the media, going through data and all that stuff. We responded to 4,800 homicides after they happened. That's not what it's about. In Chicago, the last 10 years, there's been 5,000 murders. 5,000 murders. 75% African-American people been killed in Chicago. So when we busy running to the border, trying to take care of that business over there, we busy doing this and that, our people are struggling. So I want to thank you all for listening. And this is what's called a kingdom takeover. Thank you so much.